Jungkook's point of view. I didn't hesitate to pick it up and see a diary made of wood with a design I can bet she made herself. A little bird trapped in a beautiful cage and the sun shining towards it. But something is preventing little bird to shine, yet she stayed inside the cage, though the cage wasn't closed, so it's her. Anyways, if my wife made it, it's absolutely beautiful. Shut up. I unlocked the book. Wow, my princess has trust issue, but left her keys right beside her diary for her husband. She hates you. Anyways, I started reading it without any hesitation. At first, it was all about her cute little dreams. I have already read most of the diary. Why is she so cute? I can't. I turn the page and my smile fade away. Soon I see the word, someone's chasing me. Someone who? She has a stalker? I continued reading. Ryan's point of view. Riding Marsh is one of my favorite things to do. We used to ride horses, me and Nana, together. Now as she's not here, I do this every day to remember her. I don't cry, never even when my stalker had his gun on my head and told me to beg on my knees for his love, which never even existed. It's all BS. I never loved him, yet he wanted to own me. I'm not a damn pet for a sick mentality. Yes, I had a stalker. I never knew at first, but day by day I started hearing noises at night. I thought it's a ghost, so I never gave a damn about it and sleep because I don't believe in them. Yet I did. But I was wrong. It was him, my stalker. My first ex. He was my first boyfriend. My mom forced me to stay close to him, blah blah. He felt for me, but I couldn't. It's just, I can't. I left him. Because I fell for Jungkook. When we first met at the ceremony, he was brand ambassador of Calvin Klein, and the clothes he wore were designed by me. I was there and we greeted there a bit, but it was just an awkward meetup. But our pictures were loved by his fan and mine. We were trending on Twitter, and here my mom and his mom wanted us to be together. I met his mom once. She used to ask for design from me. I had good chat with her, yet I had slight crush on Jungkook, and there when he had to marry. It was arranged marriage. He married me just for his mom. That's what he told me. So about my stalker, he was obsessed with me, but that was in love. He wanted to own me. He traumatized me a lot by parceling me knife with a dead bird every day. I'm the word and I'll be dead if I don't worship him. Bullshit. He used to come at my home and stand in front of my room, and all I can see is his tattoos all over his arm, neck, head. I thought it's enough, but when he took his shirt off that day and suddenly Marshy groaned and reared, but I managed to balance myself. I got off her and saw something stuck in her hoof. I ran inside my house and see Jungkook. Why does he look weird? His eyes are red. There's a word called knocking. I didn't know I have to knock at my own house. Well, according to law, can you please help me with Marshy? What happened to her? I don't know. I don't cry. Why? I am on the verge of crying. Marshy is so close to me. If something happened to her, Jungkook stood up and stormed out of house towards my helpless Marshy. I followed him, holding back my tears. I can't bear her groan in pain. Jungkook calmed Marshy down by caressing her neck. Soon she calmed little. He crouched down and checked her round. I stood next to him and see him taking care of Marshy, while I keep rubbing Marshy's neck. I kissed her eyes and she slowly buried her nose in my neck. I can't stop. I look down and see Jungkook is already done. I kneel down beside him to check her round. Suddenly, his right arm moves towards her leg and the tattoos appear in front of me, and I screamed and fell behind. I start breathing heavily, tattoos on my neck, those rough touch when my stalker harassed me, touching my whole body with his tattoo's arm. I never saw his face. All I could see was his tattoo. I got to know later he was my ex. I breathe heavily, my eyes closing, and it feels as if the world is slowing down and everything has no color. The sun no longer shines, the flowers stop smelling sweet. It's like everything is fading away. I don't know what's happening. Jungkook's point of view. Ryan is having panic attack. I lift her up in my arm and soon she stopped panicking. She's not screaming, she passed out in my arm. My heart ached. This is all 'cause of me. I could have covered my mistake with a cloth. I carried her inside towards her bed, gently placing her on bed and covering her cuffs with blanket. I was about to touch her, then I see my arm. I can't describe in words how much guilty I am. I don't know what is wrong with my tattoos, why she's scared of it. All I know is that she's okay when I'm not with her. I lean towards my bird and kiss her forehead. It's better if she have some rest, 'cause if I wake her up she'll have panic attacks again after seeing me. I sit on the chair and took her diary out of my bag, continued to read her generals. Ryan's point of view. This is so cozy. I don't know where I am, but I can smell Jungkook's scent. I smiled and slowly opened my eyes and found myself in my old room. I used to sleep here with my Nana. She hated to sleep alone. I sit up and everything starts flashing in my mind. My stalker, tattoos is... Stop! Don't. Not right now. I look around the room. Jungkook isn't here. I got off the bed and tiptoed towards my window and see his attractive frame sitting under wisteria tree. I should apologize to him for screaming like an idiot. I can't let my past take control over me. Though I can't do anything, but I should move on and stop hating his arm. I used to tell myself I hated him, but I never did. I loved him, even if he has tattoos. I can't. I feel safe with him, but sometimes tears start forming in my eyes. I immediately whip them away. It's almost night. I wore my shoes and go towards Jungkook. He looked so peaceful. His back was leaning against the tree. His eyes were closed, but I could feel that he was so close to being awake. The coat over his broad shoulder made him look so gorgeous, and I couldn't see his tattoos. Thanks to the coat, and that was one of the many things I feared about him. I tiptoed calmly and sat quietly beside him, and I saw him start to move a bit as if he heard me, but he didn't show any sign that he was going to open his eyes. Why you always tiptoe around me like a little bird? It's my job. You hate birds? I hate cages, not birds. Why? Aren't cages pretty? I bet he's not. No matter how pretty they are, they're not pretty to any bird because they are trapped in it. But you could have run, little bird, when he told you to. Run? Run? What he meant? Did I read your diary, Ryan? My heart skipped a beat. He read my generals without my permission? And why he did do that? Why did you read it? Open his eyes. This is not the answer I want to hear. Sigh. I wanted to kill him for torturing me, but when I took a step forward with the gun, ended up getting raped by him. He sighed and looked at me. He tucked my hair behind my ear. Why you didn't tell anyone about it? I was scared. He threatened me. If I do, he'll kill my family. I look at him. He looked lost. His eyes. I don't know why do I feel like something happened. I'm a little mad at him for reading my journal. I never show it to anyone, but I'm his wife. Yet I can't cry in front of him because of my shitty past. I should apologize to him for what I did earlier. Little bird, why you love being in cage? The more I'm in cage, the safer I will be. Is it because of my tattoo? The sting of guilt burns down my body like a wildfire, 'cause it's true. It consumes any and all sense of peace and ease that I tried so hard to maintain. The tattoo is a scar that haunts me and triggers traumatic memories, and it makes it extremely difficult for me to let my guard down. The tattoo keeps reminding me of the past, of his hand and his arm, and of what he did to me. He gripped on my hair and the way he forced himself on me. The tattoo reminds me of all the pain and fear that I felt back then. I've been trying so hard to get over my fears of tattoo, and I've succeeded in becoming a bit comfortable with them. I'm getting comfortable with talking to men and looking at them in the eye. I've even managed to hug men, and it took me years to get this far, but tattoos are still a reminder of my past, and they keep me stuck there. It's a constant reminder of that night where I was forced and where I was grabbed and dragged. I hate to admit, But Jungkook is most of the time the reason of reminding me my past. But it's not your fault, it's just I'm trying. You don't have to try, Ryan. More guilt. I feel like it's tearing me apart. It's not his fault. It never was. It's me. It's all my fault. My stupid fears are the reason he might think I hate him. Why should I not try? I will try. I am gonna try. I'll be comfortable with his tattoos and we'll spend happy life. Little bird, it's time for your freedom, he said as he smiled and traced my cheek with the back of his finger. No, Jungkook, I seriously am trying. I don't know what he's talking about, but I'm so torn up inside. I'm feeling like I'm at my breaking point. I'm trying so hard not to fall apart. I look in his eyes. He leaned closer and caressed my cheeks. Take off my coat, little bird. I pause and stare at him. I look at his broad shoulders, which were covered with long coat. I look back in his eyes. His eyes were watery. As he leaned in and caressed my hair, he whispered, Take it off, Ryan. I have surprise for you. He forced a smile. I look in his eyes. I start to feel the panic inside my heart as it begins beating at an extremely fast rate. I could feel my mouth going dry and my skin started to feel cold and clammy as the tension built between us. There was a sudden change in the atmosphere and I felt the fear creeping on me like the darkness of the night. I should be brave. It's just a tattoo. It's okay. I should be. Stop being afraid of it. It's okay. It won't bite me. Jungkook, I can't. It's. Just trust me. Tear rolled down his cheek as he held my hand and made his way towards the hem of the coat. My hand shivered. I slowly reached the arm of the coat. I look at Jungkook as he stared at me with his teary eyes. I sobbed. I jerked the coat off and I screamed again. But not 'cause of tattoo, 'cause I can't see his arm. I scream. I look at Jungkook. He smiled and I cry aloud. You can come out of case, little bird. There's nothing left to scare you. I felt like I was frozen and I couldn't move a single muscle. All I could think about was, did he cut his arm for me? But why did you do that, Jungkook? I said loud as I sobbed hard. I hit his chest as I buried myself in him. I cried aloud. Why? Why did you? He placed his arm around my back, which is the only arm he has now. I cry more when I feel his hand, tracing circles against my lower back to comfort me. I couldn't handle it, little bird. Whenever you flinched because of my tattoo, I felt a deep and burning pain inside my soul, and my only source of comfort was imagining myself burning that tattoo. I want to burn it alive, destroy it, erase it from all existence. To hurt you like that is my biggest fear. To become the monster that hurt you so badly. He grabs my neck and makes me look up at him while I was sobbing hard. I feel his eyes on me. He's staring at me like I am the sun to his world, and his world revolves with my presence. He's crying. He leans in and kisses my forehead and soon sobs. The pain I have caused you, the pain I feel when I see fear in your eyes whenever I'm around you, was nothing compared to the pain I felt when my arm wasn't part of my body. He kissed my tears and sobbed. Baby, even if I'm the reason of reminding you your worst past, I'd love to burn myself alive and won't hesitate to kill myself for you, my bird. I hit his chest and look up at him as I cry loud. Stop, it's hurting me. He groaned and smashed his lip with mine. Our tears connected like the way our lips connected. He let his lips linger on top of mine for a few seconds before pulling away and smiling at me gently. But it's true, Ryan. You're my rock, my salvation. I can't help but cry more. How can someone love me this much? Am I even worth it? I hugged Jungkook, gripping his shirt tight. I buried my head in his chest. His hand is brushing my hair. He said softly, I took good care of your soccer. You don't need to worry about anything. I lift my head up. I pause. I look up at him. You found him? He held my hand and stood up. I keep looking at him for my answer. Finding him was easy, but finding love isn't. I look at him confused. I wiped my tear, trying to understand what he said. What do you mean, Jungkook? I look at him as he stood in front of me, but he fell on his knees and sobbed. He looked up at me and held my hand. Am I worthy of your love, lion? I sob and fall on my knees in front of him and smash my lip against his. He groaned and pulled me in, deepening the kiss, his hand holding my neck as our tongues intertwined, and he brushed his lips against mine. My tear couldn't stop falling as we both sprinkled our love in this kiss. Can't help but think this is where I belong.